But we are going to jump back to all Hirschfelden. It should be appearing on your screens momentarily. And I swear to God, if OBS isn't picking up game audio again, then I'm going to be extra cross. No, it is. That's fine. Can you all hear that properly? And yes, currently we are looking over sunny, snowy Siberia, but never fear, we are going back to Germany. Some lovely brass instrument music. Oh, we're in a tent, apparently. Okay, let's have a look at my cache. I'm gonna switch to Hirsch variable for now and then see what missions we've got. What missions do we got? Harvest fallow deer at the river. Harvest a red deer weighing at least 180 kilos that was downed with a 45-70 rifle. Harvest a bison with a handgun, and harvest 2 deer with a bow. Okay. And our current inventory is... what class do you do? 0.454. You take out bisons. We've got you, but we also need a bow. For some deer. Also, God, there's bloody geese again. Ugh. Right, we need the arrows. Tracer arrow, tracer arrow, tracer arrow. We need the rangefinder sight. And then I guess we'll take the Anderson? Have I got room for the Anderson? I do have room for the Anderson. I don't think I have room for a scope for the Anderson, which might make the Anderson a little bit useless. How much does the Goshawk weigh? Oh, we're already carrying the Goshawk. Fantastic news. Okay. So let's put you on 1. You on 4. You, I guess, on 5? And you on 3? Sure, and then Binox on 2. Ammo. Everything gets its own ammo. You get the Takel Cumbers. We need the ammo for the Anderson. That's fine. Interestingly, the bullets for the Anderson are still in the rifle ammo category. Okay. I think we have enough of all the different ammo types that we have here. Because we're using up our hollow points and then we'll switch on to the truncated cones for the Anderson. This we're trying not to keep too much in inventory for because we're hoping to unlock the better ones and then replace them. Cool. I think that's everything. Oh no, I need sights. Helios. Wait. I've got the Hyperion, I don't actually use it. I've got the Jin Zero as well, I don't use. Alright. Storage. Get rid of both of those. Those geese are going to be in for a shooting soon. That actually unlocks quite a bit of room for us. I don't know if I'm going to use it. Don't know if I have anything I can use it for. I suppose I could swap this out. Can I fit a Virant in that? No, I can't quite fit a Virant in that. That's a shame. Okay, I guess we're not switching that out. Never mind. Goshawk scope on both of those. The bow sight on the bow. Everything else is where it needs to be. Fantastic, we're ready to go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, the secret fix to what to do if you can't carry enough rifles for everything is just don't, and just say, oh well, I'll definitely bow hunt that. I mean, the coachmate will take lots of things. It won't take everything, but it'll take lots of things. Actually, what does it take? It takes 4 to 9. That is most things. Being able to get the boar with it is kind of the important thing, because we are absolutely desperate to harvest the boar right now. Just unbelievably so. Right, there's geese. Possibly right over this hill. So I'm actually going to put on the goose arrows. Just in case I can sneakily snag a little goose. Or 20. Nope, I missed the second shot, but that's fine. What do I think? Do I think I can hit that? No. I think I can definitely not hit that. Where's that? That's a pheasant! Quick, see if I can see the pheasant. Pheasant? That was right where I came from. No, no sign of the pheasant. Okay, fine. Anyway. Get back to that goose. Where are we? How much hunting pressure is nearby? Not too much, but probably enough that I want to switch to somewhere else if I can. Where's the wind blowing? The wind is currently blowing west. So what I'd like to do is go down here and start up here, but I don't have anything like a tent that way. I should also check what time it is and what time boar are doing various things. Because I do desperately want that boar. Here's the goose. You were the biggest goose I saw. You're still only a silver. But no matter. Check to see if anyone else is out here. Doesn't look like they are. Alright. That was a pheasant. Okay, I'll go for the pheasant real quick. Oh, this is a boar eating zone that I've sort of just missed, really. That's a shame. Oh, I tell you what, though. There's a boar sleeping zone over there. So... Hi there. No, I need you to fly, please. No. Ah, I'm a terrible shot at flying targets. I just cannot do it to save my life. Just absolutely no chance. Oh, hello. I think it's partly also because I've got no feedback. Like, I have no idea if I'm firing too high, too low. You know, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And there's no real, like, distance information either. Like, I don't know if I'm leading my shot too much, if I'm leading it not enough. This is why shotguns were invented, I suppose. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. If I keep wasting enough bullets, eventually I'll hit a pheasant. And then once I've hit a pheasant once, maybe I'll be better at hitting a pheasant the second time. That's wing beats. I don't know what I just spooked, but something was flying just then. Hello? Made my game lag out as well. Oh, okay. Anyway. Let's go and see if there's boar over here. Really, really hope there's boar over here. We can finally bring this bloomin' boar quest to an end. It's almost as bad as the fox quest. Okay. Someone's coming down over there. Or possibly has come down over there past tense. See if we can put a hole in them. Sneakily like. I also realised that I got my east and west confused earlier when I was, Are you flying away? Don't do that. Yeah, I got my east and west confused earlier when I was saying where I wanted to be and where I wanted to go. Had them completely the wrong way around. Okay, there's a road deer over there. Who is at an awkward distance because I don't have a rifle that's powered for roe deer right now. So you get to stay for now. We are on the lookout for little pigs. And also for whoever's making that noise. That munchy noise. Hello? I hear you doing a munch. I just don't see you doing said munch. Yep. Got ya. Okay. That's the pig resting zone. Ostensibly, now is the right time for them to be here, but they won't be here for much longer. Which is bad news, because I can't see any. Piggers? Piggers, please be there. I'm not above saying I'm desperate. I've looked all over the map for you guys. Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't think I actually knew this was a roe deer eating zone. So maybe I should have grabbed a feeding track off of you before I shot you. I don't think there's any pigs here. Now the thing about zones is, they can be actually quite far away from the zone itself. Ah, pigs! Please. Oh my gosh, please. Please say that was a good hit. Please say that was a good hit. Yes! Pig is down! The pig is down! Look, he was already laying down dead before I shot him. Oh my gosh, we got him. Thank God for that. Right, new mission. 1 ton of fresh meat. How can you top that? The favourite spot close to Bohndorf Lake. Once I saw a family of boar there. See if you can find them. Travel to Bohndorf Lake. Where's that? Up there. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yes, Boom Boom! We wrecked face! We did it! What's the actual mission? Travel there, harvest 3 boars! Are you kidding me? Well, don't have any zones for them yet. I guess I'll go have a look. It can't hurt, right? Oh, and this is the place I wanted to go before, but there's no bloomin' river crossing anywhere. There might be if I were to go all the way out of the map. I don't know how far out of the bounds I'm allowed. Or how long as the case may be. Yes, Wreck Lung. It doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how glad I am to finally have that out the way. So glad. What other missions do I have? Hirschfelden River is down there. Oh, that's like the starting area. That's not great. Or Johnsdorf, which I'm in. Okay. So as long as I'm in Johnsdorf, I want to shoot a heavy red deer. And then there's Ernsdorf Bridge, which I'm not near, and there's Ernsdorf, which I'm not near. Ernsdorf is down here, and the bridge is down there. Okay. Hello? Can I have the... There we go, fantastic. Sounds like a euphemism for smoking. I'm out direct lung. Okay, now... The problem is, pigs are resting at this time. And I think resting zones are kind of the hardest to come across while the animals are actually doing them. Because the animals are low to the ground, they present a low profile. They're not moving around very much. And rest zones also tend to be kind of like the most sheltered. Because like drink zones, you have to come to the water's edge. Ish. Eat zones are often out in sort of clearings. But rest zones can be tightly snuggled among trees as much as the animal pleases. Oh, there's a lovely open area here. It's a shame it's completely empty. What if I smudged that up too much? No, all the zones seem to be fine. We didn't put too much hunting pressure down. That's too far, that's out of render distance. Oh, excuse me. Sleepy dizzy. I think, if and when I get my controller working again, I will go back to the Hokkaido Snow Festival level and try it again. Try and do some of the challenges, because honestly that was an excruciatingly boring mission when we just did it then. Oh, hello. A pig. You have friends. You do have friends. How many friends? It's 3. This is perfect. This is perfect if and only if I can kill all of them. Which I probably can't. If I'm super lucky, I'll be able to get 2. Right, the plan is... sneak into the trees. Right, I'm gonna go for that one and that one, because they're the ones showing their underbellies. Easily. I'm gonna go for that one first, I think. Nope, he moved. His friend moved. Damn. Oh well. We still got one. We're 1/3 of the way down. That was not a bad shot either. I love the way like other animals when they rest, they kind of like plop down and do a little loaf or something. The pigs, they just absolutely don't care. They're just catatonic on their side. I'm slightly sad I didn't get the heart there. I was blooming close to it. Okay. Oh, that was very close to not actually being in the area. I didn't realise. Jesus. That was nearly a disaster. if he'd not been in the area after all of that. I didn't even think. Didn't even think to check. This area is actually tiny in terms of how much space there is around the map. Around the lake, even. I'm gonna try and call the pigs back. I'm not really expecting it to work, but you never know. Animals can be stupid sometimes. That far shore is very far away. So I gotta be wary. Anything that's on my right may or may not be inside the zone. There's a fox some distance away over there. That's okay. I wanna have visual down the hill, because I'll be able to see a lot more ground that way. Oh, hello. Who's this? Where's my bison quest? That's for the bridge. Okay. So we don't need this bison, but I would like the bison. Yeah, you are the biggest bison. Oh, blimey. Oh no, I hit you in the bad place. Ah. It started walking again right as I pushed the button to fire. Okay. That second one probably isn't a good hit. I don't know if it'll go down. Currently neither of them has gone down. I suppose we are using the weakest possible rifle that will still take you. That was no organs hit and no organs hit. You're probably not going down. The other one... also no organs hit, which is odd, because I thought that was a perfectly good on-target lung shot that time. But I guess not. Oh well. We can probably assume that neither of those is going to die. And they're also going to run away from us much faster than we can catch up. Okay, pursuit is futile. If pursuit turns out not to be futile, then hey, we've got the blood splatters on the map, so we know where they were. That's a shame. I guess the old 4570 isn't quite up to it. Although also, I think actually, you do say you have a... yeah, you have a 75-meter range. So that's probably why they're actually a bit out of range, even though they're at what I would take as being quite a normal range. Actually, what's your zeroing? You're 0 to 100 meters, okay. This is a pig resting spot. Oh well, that's a pig resting spot over there. Oh, blimey, Jesus. Oh, I'd appreciate it if you didn't glitch out. I thought for a sec that I'd managed to get 2 more crummy hits, but no. That was okay. Alright. In bison. A gold bison as well. Okay, yeah, the first one was a really good hit. The second one, I was a bit far forward. I was thinking he'd be going faster. Led too much. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Wow! I've never dropped a bison like that with a bow. Jesus. Hello. Oh, I hit the spine, that's why. Dang. Well, I'm not upset at all with how that went. That wasn't a great hit. Oh, there's a little foxy there. Which I don't have any good guns for. Hang on. Oh my god, I think I actually... No, I was gonna say I think I hit him. I did not hit him. But I came close to hitting him. Which is nothing to sneer at. Lovely heart shot. You are... Oh my god, get... Duck! Bloody bison. Right, it's below half health now. I'm sure it's gonna die with that many arrows in it. I must have hit something worth hitting. Bloody animal. Shame I didn't hit the fox. Oh, I didn't switch back. Those last 2 shots were with tiny, pathetic, weak arrows, weren't they? Oopsies! Whoops-a-daisies. Okay. Maybe he won't go down then. Seeing as the actual good shots were with rubbish ammo. Bleed rate very low. You're getting stuck with 4 arrows and your bleed rate being very low. I'm also sensing that I probably am not going to find another boar here. I might try and go up and around. You never know, it could work. Where did you go? You're still above a corner at this point. Which isn't ideal. Hello, who's that? There's a red deer mating call. You are not big enough to be for my quest. You're also moving. You, however, yes, you are perfect. just gonna mark on the map where I saw you, so I can go and pick you up later. I don't know if this bison is or isn't gonna go down. He's under corner now, which is good news. He went down, fantastic news. Now I just have to figure out how to get to there. Oh, I think I picked up an arrow out of you. There we go. Right, we used improper animal. We never managed to hit a vital organ. We never even managed to hit an organ out of all of those shots. Yeah, that was a disaster. So, shot number 1 was too far forward. Shot number 2 was too far back. Shot number 3 was too low and too far back. Shot number 4 would have been fine if I'd used the correct ammo. And shot number 5 probably also would have wrecked him if I'd used the correct arrow. Oh dear. That was a disaster. Right, how the hell do I get across to there? I suppose I go to here, right? Oh, I bet that deer wasn't in the right area, was it? Where's the area for the deer mission? Johnsdorf. Oh, he might just have been, you know? Haha! Lemon says they're lying anyway. Twitter told me only the female have a pelvis, so it couldn't have been a male animal. Oh god. My recommendation to you is don't believe everything you read on that particular hell site. It's my dizzy top tip. Oh my gosh, on the subject of bone differences, I'm just brought to mind of a particularly enormously stupid thing. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of or watched the show Primeval. If you haven't, I'd really recommend it. It was really good. Don't go into it expecting any plot ever to actually be like resolved, because they never did. But it was really good. And it was done by the people who did the Walking with Dinosaurs series, so they had lots of great, like, CG for dinosaurs and prehistoric animals and stuff. But there's one particular scene in the first series where they come across a skeleton out in the desert. And the main character is a guy called Nick Cutter. He's a paleontologist. And they're wondering if the skeleton is actually his dead wife. This is like the first episode. And he counts the ribs on the skeleton and then confidently declares, no, it's a male skeleton. So it can't possibly be his wife. Like, what level of particular competence and yet ignorance at the same time do you have to be the team behind an award-winning dinosaur docufiction thing, and at the same time think that you can sex a skeleton by counting the number of ribs like you're in the 1500s or something? Like, good god, guys. Really? Really? There we go. There's my mini rant on on bone differences. Apologies, it was slightly off topic. But yeah, it's a good show, and I strongly recommend it. It's a real shame that nothing ever went anywhere with it, and that it got cancelled. Because it was initially pitched as like the BBC's brought back Doctor Who. Here is our equivalent Saturday night sci-fi show. But it never had anything like the staying power, unfortunately. And it says, oh, because of Eve made from the River's Fathom, I suppose. Yeah, exactly! That's where this whole nonsense malarkey comes from! And from people being too scared to actually do medicine properly for, like, 2,000 years of human history, almost. It's just like, you know, the 21st century. Well, technically it wasn't the 21st century in universe. But, for the writers, it was the 21st century. Are we actually at the lake region? We are at the lake region now, so any pigs we see are fair game once more. We are, however, travelling with the wind, which, as we all know, is the opposite of what you want to be doing. Piggy tracks. Interesting. A piggy at the end of said piggy tracks. Okay, check them out to make sure they're in the area. Yes, they are. Okay, I think the others all ran away. That's fine. We are 2 down now. And that really is exciting. I love it when piggy tracks lead to a pig. It's very helpful. Makes it a lot easier to do my job. Lavender says, I've had people tell me that archaeologists will exhume trans people's skelly bone and sex them to their birth gender, like... There's a 5,000-year-old skeleton which is thought to be trans because of incongruence between their bones and clothes. Yup. I think it's interesting, though, that because, you know, a lot of skeleton sexing is done based on, like, context clues from the burial site. And nowadays, we just don't have context clues when we bury people. Like, even if you don't get cremated, which is kind of almost an anomaly nowadays, you know, who has grave goods in their coffin nowadays? You've got clothes, and to be fair, the clothes are plastic a lot of the time, so they'll last perhaps a little bit longer than traditional fiber clothes. But once those break down, it's just a pile of bones. Oh wow, I hit that pig a lot further back than I expected. That's the clothes and the name. I suppose actually that's true. We are much better at associating graves with names nowadays. Does that mean it's gone 10 because they were leaving? Oh, it's long gone 10 actually. I just need to keep an eye on the IRL time, because what with all the weird little mini bits of games that we were playing, my internal clock may not be quite right for how long I think I've been playing versus how much time is actually left. It says, with the internet, honestly, you might be able to transmit actual data to the future. It's going to be super easy to have accurate records, pictures, and stuff. I know lots of people have been sort of worrying, in a way, about the permanency of data. Because, on the one hand, the internet seems to be like a permanent archive of stuff, even if you don't want it to. And yet, at the same time, it's kind of becoming easier than ever for people to just delete stuff they don't want if they're in positions of power. And or, actually the technology, the physical hardware that we're storing stuff on is now actually less long-term durable than when we were doing things on, like, punch cards. And punch cards are made of paper. We're using stuff that's less durable than paper. Oh, sleepy dizzy. Sleep. It says well-maintained archival can last a long time. It can. Oh, this pig is back up there. Okie doke. We are now just 125 meters from hopefully being able to pick up that deer, which will be nice. That'll be another quest checked off. Double check that was, yes, that does actually say 2 out of 3 on the pig quest. This actually might be the male that we shot that track. We're certainly edging closer. Ah, I see there's at least a couple of males have been through here though. Also finally see the other shore. Just keep an eye out in case there's any pigs there. It says, also when you think about paper, it's pretty hard to have an accurate paper copy. Even if you assume you can print it on demand, notice printers will print it exactly the same, unless you get into very high grade stuff. Digital copy checks on, boom, perfect copy done. True. But although I'm not an expert on how punch cards work, I am sort of labouring under the impression that like the margin for error in punch cards is a lot like bigger than the actual likely errors when you put a hole in a card. I don't know. I've never used them. I'm not old enough. My father is old enough to have used punch cards. I am not. Hello, is that? No, that's just a bit of tree. And we have ourselves a deer. Hello there. Well, how much did you weigh? You weighed 189. At the lower end of what we wanted, and oh my god, we only just clipped your lung, but... New mission available. The red deer are fantastic animals. Show some respect by hitting them straight in the heart. Oh no. Oh god, heart shots? Okay, a female deer downed with a vital hit to the heart. The good news is that female deer are a lot more abundant than male deer. For some reason. Okay. No on the opposite shore. I think I want to head actually out to that, what's it called? The sort of jetty that has a info point on it. Line just says, punch because of 3 main issues. The person signing the algo did it wrong. The person punched it wrong. The card having been damaged for reasons, because it's still paper at the end of the day. Oh, I'm not claiming that punch cards are some sort of magical solution. I'm just sort of saying that, like, it's weird to me how if you made a punch card in 1960 whatever, it wouldn't have degraded very much by now. Whereas we're already at the point that the first CDs that were made are physically deteriorating to the point where you can't read them. Like, I find that mind-blowing in terms of data storage and preservation. Ryan says, but it's the physical media that degrades. Yeah. With digital stuff, the media doesn't matter. Well, I mean, all digital stuff is physical media somewhere. It's just that we tend nowadays to have multiple copies of it. And to be able to make new copies of it much more easily. But, you know, every board I've ever made of me playing Call of the Wild, every devlog for Call of the Wild, you know, yes, these things are all accessible on the internet, but fundamentally they are stored in a number of places physically. The VODs, they're stored on my hard drive, they're stored on my external hard drive, they're stored on YouTube's hard drives somewhere. The devlogs are stored, you know, at Call of the Wild's base, and then at wherever Call of the Wild hosts its backup servers. Ryan says, yeah, it's the whole thing. You're supposed to always have multiple copies of multiple medias. You can copy it easily, so there's nothing that will be fixed to a particular media. Exactly. And that's obviously... like, so each individual hard drive... I don't actually know what the turnover rate for Google's hard drives is, let's say. They're storing stuff for YouTube, but I'm assuming the average lifespan of a single hard drive isn't more than, let's say, 20 years at Google HQ. Oh, Deepus! Whew! Hey, Foxy. You out there? These do class 2s, they do. Okay. Little Foxy. Little Foxy. Where are you? Come on, you made me jump out my skin. The least you could do is actually show up. I will actually also say, on the subject of like how data is stored, I have no idea what the lifespan on like a solid state disk is. I have no idea if that's like longer than a CD or hard drive or floppy or whatever, or if it's a lot shorter than one of those, or if it's kind of the same. They are a mystery to me. Someone is nearby, making dull paddy footsteps. Oh, I think he might have spotted me. Just got a glimpse of something kind of light-coloured dashing off. Yeah, I think I spooked him and he's gone. That's a shame. That's a shame. I don't think we have an accurate lifespan on HDD yet. That's a big replacement rate due to capacity increase anyway, so you replace the whole computer before the HDD dies in many cases. Depends a lot on the usage you make of the disk. So like if you use it more, it has a... you know, it has sort of wear and tear and doesn't last as long, basically. Oh, hello. Some bisons. Not the biggest bisons you've ever seen. But bisons nonetheless. Hello. Little roe deer? Don't mind popping you before I go shoot the bisons. And it says for HDs at less because it's literally mechanical pieces. I actually have no idea how HDD works. All I know is it's not a disc in the traditional sense. Oh yeah, I think I got him in the neck there. Neck shot's certainly what I was aiming for. Oh yes! That's what we like to see. Then it says, well, it is a disc. Well, multiple discs. Oh, okay, I was wrong then. Ooh. Because I was told it had no, like, moving parts in that sense. Like, there wasn't something spinning. There is something spinning. It's a tiny record player. I've been lied to. Or, more likely, I just got confused, but still. My worldview is shattered. Where did those bison go? There they are. How far away are they? Kind of far away. If I go down that bridge, they're definitely going to see me, aren't they? Boom says you've definitely discussed this with me before. You have definitely not discussed this with me before. Right, okay, you're now at about 100 meters. Let's see if I can sneak into these rushes. Then pop. Ideally, I'd like to pop an arrow in you, but I suspect it's going to have to be a gunshot. Right, I'm also going to pick up this shed. Lovely jubbly. That one just says you have a box, the whole HDD. Outside of it, you have a controller. Inside it, it's in a vacuum. You have one motor for rotating, one motor for little arms, the multiple instances of little arm on top, disc, little arm on bottom. Uh-oh. No, thank you. No, 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 thank you. No, 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 no. Why am I not hidden in these bloody reeds? Okay, this is not a way through. Okay, we are going to backtrack on ourselves a bit just to get to where those bison were. Don't worry about it. Oh, he's actually not died. That's not good news. We are going to finally pick this thing up first. Oh, he's going to die though, right? There we go. He's dead. Is he going to float across to us? That would be convenient, if so. Boom says, I promise you I can find a DMT. I describe it as like a tiny record player. Oh no. I hope I haven't been a fool. Lavender says, the little arms are the read-write part. The discs are the storage part, holding magnetic charge. Then to read, the disc spins, the little arm aligns itself on a particular track, then reads the magnetic charge. I see. I'm not super sure then how this is different from a regular disc. Burndorf Lake Fishing Cabin. A charming fishing hut dating back to the early 1900s. Is that a charming fishing hut? It's certainly a fishing hut. Hello there, Bison. Thanks for coming all this way. Oh, yeah, okay, the first shot was just a tiny smidgen too far forwards. But the second one, we actually got a decent long hit. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. We didn't even need to go across. Okay. Mission log. I think we're going to head north. We're going to see if we can hit this lake up. I don't know what pigs are doing at this time of day, having just finished their rest. Well, having finished their rest quite a while ago. Hello! There's a bison over there, at least. How far away? 300 meters away. Wow, 250 meters away. You'll probably be gone by the time I get there. But no matter. Oh, alright, okay. Are you just one bison all on your own there? We do have to focus though. We are after pigoos. Pigoos, pigoos, pigoos. We can't see that fast away. We might be able to see a pigoo that's right on the edge of the water there, but there aren't any. And even if we could see it, it's not like we could hit it. So seeing it would be a little bit fruitless. Lavender says, for an SSD. So an SSD was what I was talking about. Is that different from what you were talking about? You just scrap all that. It's all done in the purely electronic form. You have a range of chips so you can store a state. Then when you address it, it will say, okay, that's in this chip, that's in this line and row. Yeah, that's what I meant! I was right! Where did I see that bison? Oh, he's just around the head. Okay. That's going to make getting to him very difficult. Ah, see, I'm not clever enough to know that HDD is different from SSD. I assumed that it was just you were just talking about the same thing using a different word. That's why I also asked, how is this different from a normal disk? And it turns out the answer is it's not, I guess. Although I suppose that is different from a... Yeah, exactly, Boom Boom! That's what I was saying the whole time! Don't stick your tongue out at me! I'll stick my tongue out at you! Nah. No, I was gonna say like because that's still different from like a traditional CD or something because they're read by lasers, right? That's why you have like Blu-ray versus not Blu-ray. Red wet ray? Question mark? I don't know what color a normal CD laser is, but they are lasers, right? It says HD is older, SSD is like 10 years old. That feels ancient, honestly. I can understand that actually 10 years ago wasn't that long ago, but when you say, oh, it's 10 years old technology by this point, I'm like, God, that feels so old when you put it like that. CD is red laser? Oh yeah, what a guess. Where did that bison go? Also, what arrows do I have on? Got the heavy arrows on, good. CD is 750 nanometers, DVD is 650 nanometers, Blu-ray is 405 nanometers. We've gone smaller, ergo bluer. And that's... I assume that having a smaller laser means you can read a smaller like detail and hence you can fit more storage space on? Is that why Blu-ray is supposed to be sort of oh so much better than traditional DVDs? Yeah, plus other techniques like double layering. Ooh, what's double layering? I think this cow has moved on. Oh, hello. Nope. Oh, maybe that's you. What time is this actual thing active? Uh-oh. Cow had not moved on. Stay still, cow. I hit the tree. I hit the tree. Oh, hello, there's another cow. Hello. Didn't even see you. Hi there. I can't believe it. That's such a solid front on hit on that tree when I was just trying to lead a shot on a cow. Dear, oh dear. What a disaster. Okay, well, the cow hunt was not very good. I hadn't realised I sort of there was blind spots where the cow was hiding that I couldn't see it. I thought I just lost it. Oh, hello, you're not fleeing anymore, though. If I can get you to stay still... You're 9756. You're the bigger cow. Okay, you just need to stand still, please. That was a terrible shot. I don't even know where that hit. Well, there's more of you down here. Apparently. Hello. That was a good shot, though. I'm not mad about that one. I might be mad if he comes and squishes me, though. Oh, hello, you're a big boy. I'm about to be run over, aren't I? Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh! Ow! Well, I'm trying to get your friend. Listen, where is he? Where actually is he? Oh, I just swore on stream, didn't I? Whoops. Wait, I just had a spot prompt. Come here, you. Right, I need you to turn... Oh, that was not a good shot. Uh-oh, hello. Oh, that was in your face! That was no good! Aw, I think I might have messed you up by hitting you in your face. No, I didn't hit you in your face! I missed your face, and I hit absolutely everything else! Wow! Nice! Oh yeah. I thought I messed it up, I actually hit him exactly where I was planning to. Oh, Lovinger did tell me what double aim was. Lovinger says, I'm not 100% sure. I assume it's either a prism thing or a polarizing thing. It's essentially stacking two Blu-rays data sheets on top of each other in the same Blu-ray. Ooh. Fancy. Alright. So, we've picked off our share of the bison. We can now continue our search for pigs. Ow, I can't believe that guy gored me. I'm so cross. I'm not that cross. I heard him running and I heard him stop and I'm like, he's gonna come for me, isn't he? And then he did. And I nearly, like, juked around him. Nearly. I've just also realised there's that big old lump between me and where I want to go. So I'm actually going to head uphill. Now, while it's climbable, or at least while I think it's climbable, rather than just walking slap bang into a sheer rock face in sort of 50 meters time. Come on, game. Oh, no, 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 no! Don't do that! I'm gonna say it again, I hate hill climbing in this game. Sometimes I just want to go up, you know? And the game just absolutely does not want me to go up. The game, in fact, would like nothing more than for me to go down. On! Well, okay, what I want is I want to go up quietly, is the thing the game just seems to particularly object to. The idea that I might want to move so stealthily in this hunting game. Jesus, that doesn't look very forgiving. I don't actually know how I'm gonna get up to that other lake. Oh, excuse me. Ah. Right. We've had our adrenaline rush from being stabbed by a cow. Back to sleepy times. Until the next time we get stabbed by a cow. I wonder what happens. Actually, I've just had a thought. What happens if I go to the bridge at Ernstorf and I harvest the hurt bison, but not using a handgun? Like, does it generate... I assume it has to generate new ones, right? I can't, like, quote-unquote fail the mission. I think Call of the Wild has that as a mechanic. So maybe it's just an endless source of free bisons. But I wouldn't put it past them to have like a diamond lock or something on them, like how Pokemon now has shiny locks. Which I think is wrong. I don't like it. Like, okay, yeah, people resetting 4,000 times to get a shiny is silly, but you know, I still think that's better than just saying, well, they can't get a shiny at all. Although I have lots of opinions on Pokemon shinies. Seem to have reached level ground again, which is good, because this is where we might actually find animals. Whether or not those animals will be pigs remains to be seen. Yeah, piggy, 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 piggy. Yeah, piggy, 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 piggy. These more bison tracks. So far everything around here has been bison tracks, so I think I'm fairly safe to assume these are probably bison tracks. Oh, whatever they are, they're heading in the wrong direction. They might actually be pig tracks, you know? They're heading the way I've come from, rather than the way I'm going. Oh, hello, who's that? Someone moving over there. Not a pig. Some sort of deer. Just out of sight. I'm gonna guess red deer. Oh. Good guess. Oh, hello! A pig. A fabled pig. Okay. I need to get in a spot where I'm well hidden. I said a spot where I'm well hidden, game. You were supposed to be hiding me. In that tree. Okay, I'll hide in this tree. No, we're not hidden in this tree either. Fine. Piggy? I was... Okay, there we go. Oh yeah! We got him! We even got him with a bow. How pro am I? Oh, there's a red deer on the other side of this. Right. For the mission, ideally I want... Oh, I was using the wrong arrows for the pig! Disaster. But yeah, ideally I want a female heart shot. Oh, hello. You're not a deer. Well, if you are, you're a very funny looking one. Oh yeah! Wrong ammo though. That's a shame. Try to find a big one. Night hunting is the best. Harvest a boar at night? God damn it. Anywhere in particular? Just anywhere. Okay, fine. That means we can at least move on from here. You were interesting looking. I like this little tuft. And you had the big old tusks as well, but apparently you're nothing special. Okay, let's pick up this, feed zone that seems to be here. I'm assuming a red deer feed zone. Wait, that's sleep zone. That's feed zone down there somewhere. Hang on a sec. Right, make sure this is also the pigs. This is indeed also the pigs. Ooh, Foxy, hello. Wait, there's another pig carcass? Ba-ba-ba? Oh, I guess I didn't confirm you. Or what? When did I hit you? I lost track. Apparently. I also, my impatience in running definitely scared off that fox immediately after I called for it, didn't it? Yeah. Whoopsies. My bad. Okay. Yes, red deer, just what I thought. Velma voice, just as I suspected. Come on, Foxy. Come on. You just need to pop your head up a little bit. Just a little bit. Exactly where he is. But wherever he is, he's probably not going to stay there for long. That might have been him scuppering. Him scuppering. Oh well. Just have a quick look down on this lake. That was where I was going to all along. Yeah, it was him. Oh, I honestly wasn't actually expecting to find many animals once I came this far north. I sort of thought it was a bit of a Hail Mary. But actually, very productive. Plenty of pigs. Some things that we saw but didn't shoot, like the deer. And then this little lake, which I guess is going to be empty. Oof. I suppose I should think about where we're going to go next for the last, like, half hour or so. Anyone here, my sweet? No. I think not. No, definitely not. Okay. Right. So, missions. What missions are area-based? Hirschfelden River. Or Ernsdorf Bridge, or just Ernsdorf in general. Is Ernsdorf Bridge in Ernsdorf? Partially. Okay. What way is the wind blowing? Southwest. Okay, I think I could make a decent play for going here and finally doing this quest. I also think I could switch out my main rifle if I wanted to. The question is, do I want to? Because the 4 to 9 is a nice enough range. Like it hits. Considering that's the only main rifle I have.
Been seen wandering closer and closer
Oh, hello.
to Hirschfelden's borders. A herd of bison walking over a straw field can be devastating to the crops. Zomer would like you to harvest at least one to put some hunting pressure here in the Rindeland.
Oh, I guess that's the main mission, is it? That's actually the only bit of the main mission left. Wow. We've done all of that sort of completely by accident while doing side quests. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the 4570 at least for now. It is super annoying not having enough weight for 2 main rifles and a bow. Or a main rifle and a bow and a shotgun. This is a lovely, beautiful open bit of field. It's a shame that it's so close to the outpost, so that nothing will ever be here when I get here. Alright, 900 meters. Don't know if we'll be able to make that inside of a half hour. But we'll give it a damn good show. Ooh, excuse me, doing another big stretch. Anyone live down there? No one does. Okay. Also, do I only have to down one, or... Yeah, just down one, okay. There we go, we've got a red deer. I suppose that shouldn't be a surprise. We're in the right part of the map for them. Ah, we've also got bison. Oh, wow, we have footprints of bison and red deer. In terms of actual living animals, we have nothing. We have a roe deer behind us. Great, wonderful. This injured bison is certainly the we're going for. It was, I think, hit by a car, possibly? But it was hit by a car, like, an in-game week ago or something at this point. Like, we are arriving way too late for the party in terms of actually helping this animal in any way, shape, or form. And by helping, I mean putting out of its misery, but, you know. There must be something around here to shoot. We've travelled like nearly 300 meters. Oh, hello. That's Never mind, that's a sign. That's a picture of a deer, which I guess if deer numbers fall drastically low, we won't need any more, and so we can shoot it. But in the meantime, oh dear, Dizzy, oh dear. Oh, interesting. They're putting a warning for deer here. As if, like, the entire stretch of road up to this point, there's been no deer. You know, like, how have you got this far into this forest that's full of deer and, indeed, things significantly worse to hit with your car, like, for example, bison, and not figured out, hey, well, maybe there's deer here? Hello. Oh, someone's been sleeping here. Interesting. Just the kind of thing an eager hunter would like to note down on their little map and take advantage of in future. Oh, there's a foxy napping spot. Even better. Oh, hello. Ah, and that is a moo cow. Hello, cow. Right. What's the best approach? You're 116 apparently meters away. You're also behind a tree, which is greatly annoying. In an ideal world, I'd like to hit you with the bow, because I think that's the best chance we have for actually taking you down. However, it's absolutely not going to happen at 100 meters distance, so... Oh, you've got a friend. You're 164 max. 100 something to 52 max. So you are the bigger bison of the two. You are smaller than both. Okay, you're much closer as well. Perfect. I am, however, going to need you to stand up. That's okay, we can just take our time, creep closer, and you will actually finish the main quest for us as well, I think. Okay, between 50 and 60 meters now, but over a hill. Which is my biggest concern. Hills kind of tricks you when you're a hunter on account of the fact that hills are bulletproof. Yep, yep. Yep, there we go. We got them. The think any of the others are going to stay still long enough for me to get them. Flesh! Left lung, right lung, liver. Lovely jubbly. Perfect shot. Exactly what I wanted.
Wow, you've really laid down some hunting pressure all around the reserve.
I haven't. I've been
You're
using
growing
bows
quite a
most of the
reputation
time.
around here. The locals really appreciate your efforts. Keep it up.
Oh, I'm glad.
Marvin
Right.
Tesla was wondering if you had some time to help him out again.
Okay.
He has signed a deal with a burger meat company called Borgermania to provide them with
Borgermania.
free roaming and organic wild boar meat.
Oh god. I'll add it to the list, I
Tesla got an
suppose.
order for a literal ton of wild boar, and he's going to need help fulfilling it. He's paying well for the work. Would you be interested?
Yeah, he's actually
So I
mentioned
know
a
herd
ton
is
of
spotted
meat before
close
as
to the
well.
Mühlewald logging camp, but you should be able to find boar roaming anywhere in Mühlewald or Ritterstein.
Okay, someone near the Müllewald logging. Hang on. Open this. Accept mission. Accept mission. Oh, there's a magpie in the garden. Oh my god. Harvest? Oh! You actually want me to harvest 1,000 total kilos of boar meat? Oh, okay. It's boring. It's harvest 10 boars weighing at least 100 kilos each. It's not like just total weight.
I just want to remind you to be careful around boar, especially the males. They rarely attack, but if they do, it's not going to be pretty.
Don't worry, I've been attacked by far worse things than boar. Just today, in fact. Alright, so loads of new missions. Right. Photos of... Hang on. Oh, take a photo of the top of Bonedorf Hill. I think I was just near there, wasn't I? No, I wasn't. Okay, that's fine. So, take photos of these three places. Harvest a fox.
Zomer got back to me and was very pleased with your work creating hunting pressure. I guess the farmers are off his back now. He's also got a new toy that he's eager for you to try out and get your feedback on. Have you ever tried hunting for something really very far away?
Yes, actually, I have.
He wants you to try out a new high magnification scope to see if it lives up to its reputation. He wants you to use it to down a fox from at least 200 meters away.
Okay, does he mind which scope I use?
Linda is getting close to finishing her book, but she needs a few more pictures taken before she sends it off to the publisher. Given the recent drama, she just wants to spend some time with her son. She's been really grateful for all your help so far. The last few photographs she needs are of various landmarks in the area. Do you think you could knock them out?
Sure. I have no idea what drama you're referring to, though. I think that was many, many weeks or months of playing ago that there was drama with her. But thanks for the info dump. Bimba says she did specify tons several times. Yeah, I know, but I thought it was going to be like combined total weight of boar, not just 10 boar each of above a certain weight. I think that's a much less interesting way of doing it than just total weight. Oh, I say interesting, more unique. Because, you know, this way, I could harvest 10 99.9 kilo boars. And I'd have harvested very close to a ton of meat. But actually, I'd have, like, not done anything towards the quest at all. Okay, none of those bison boys are coming back. We've done about a quarter of an hour, which, given our current rate of progress, might actually be enough time to get to where we're going and pop a bullet in that other bison, which is nice. It really looks like there's something in there when I'm not zoomed in. I think it must just be like the shadow on this bit of tree. Vexing. I am vexed. I've got to actually get used to using this handgun as well, don't I? Oh, look, it's shiny and gold and everything, though. It's very fancy. Luna says you can't be fobbing him off with like 30 bony bears. Why not? They just want meat. They don't care if it's meat from heavy boars or light boars. It just has to be boar meat, doesn't it? Is that asleep? No, that's not asleep. You know, you go to McDonald's. Does it matter to you if the cow that made up your McDonald's burger, Big Mac or whatever it's called, came from one heavy cow or 3 light cows? Does that impact the quality of the food? You can't make burgers out of bones. No, oh, Tiger. I suppose there is also something to be said about the fact that actually 1 ton of boar does not equal 1 ton of boar meat. I suppose. But, that might be requesting, like, too much or too little abstraction for a simple quest. I'll tell you what though, I wish I'd had that main story quest while I was hunting boar up at the top of the map. That would have been really useful. And also, as I sort of say, you know, like, if I were to harvest the hypothetical 99.9 kilo boar, it's not like that is significantly skinnier than a 100 kilo boar. It is in fact 0.1 kilo skinnier than a 100 kilo boar. It says, also think about the poor person who has to clean the carcasses. I mean, true, but it's not like... it's not like I don't send dozens of carcasses in every time I play. You know, if this were the real world, I'm an astonishingly prolific hunter. I'd rather do 10 big ones than 30 little ones. Yeah, well, stuff them. Not literally. Okay. I don't know exactly where in this area the wounded bison are going to be. I'm assuming they won't be actually standing on the bridge itself, although you never know. I don't think it's the noise bug, but I've certainly got the scuffling noise from these plants underfoot. I hate it so much. It drives you mad after a while, just listening to the things brushing against you. Like, shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up before I set fire to, like, all of Germany. Just so I never have to deal with you guys again. Oh, so sleepy, oh my gosh! Then it says, I get like this in real nature. In real nature, I mind less, because in real nature, the sounds sound different. You know, from bush to bush. Whereas in the game, you know, they only have a limited number of audio files for person pushes through brush. And so you just hear the same noise over and over again to the point where it just drills itself into your skull. Exactly, Boom Boom. And worth admiring, I will add. At least in the real world. Okay. have a sleepy zone. Let's tag this, have a glance around. There's certainly no bison here. They could be anywhere in this area. Oh, another red fox sleepy zone! Gosh, we're doing well for finding those. Bison boys. There we go. Travel to the bridge at Ernstdorf. Complete! Find injured bison. Shoot injured bison. I actually also realised something, like... Hitman is the only shooter, and I do use that term a little bit loosely, but Hitman is the only shooter where, like, the pistol is an actively desirably good weapon to use. Like, most of the time a pistol's just kind of like a backup weapon, and it's often a bit pants. I used the pistol a lot when I played Space Marine, just because I'm a little bit OCD about ammo. No, that's not true. I'm excruciatingly OCD about ammo. So I used the pistol then because the pistol had infinite ammo, whereas all of the other weapons didn't. But even then, I sort of got the idea that using the pistol almost all the time wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. Whereas in Hitman, actually, apart from a silent sniper rifle in certain special occasions, generally I kind of want to be using the pistol. Tomb Raider. You see, I've not played Tomb Raider. I own not the new Tomb Raider, but like the first of the new Tomb Raiders in that like mini reboot continuity. Haven't touched it yet though. Although I was also under the impression that the bow would probably be the way to go in new Tomb Raider. But again, haven't played it. Okay. Which reboot? Has there been more than one recently? Yeah, that one, I guess. This says bow has quite limited range IRC. That's an expected disadvantage of bows. So, again, having not actually played it, I'm not super surprised. I've seen like a tiny amount of gameplay from other people. Ben says there's also the mid-noughties soft reboot with Keeley Hawes. Oh, okay. I don't know my history of the Tomb Raider games goes blocky polygons that people still somehow manage to like find unusually attractive. 2 movies, new movie, reboot game. That's Tomb Raider as far as I'm aware. Still no sign on these bison. I suppose my map... No, my map is not showing anything. But we are no longer in Unstore, which means we no longer can do the bow quest. I don't suppose you are actually on the bridge, are you? No, okay. The bridge is up, whereas my cursor is down. Which means my cursor is misplaced, not cursor. Hello! Ah! Bison at 12 o'clock. Boom says you have a new movie and recent reboot the wrong way around. There was a whole reboot trilogy in the middle. Fair enough. Like I said, I'm not professing to have an accurate Tomb Raider history. I don't even really know what the names of any of the games that had the, like, famous polygonal bits. I don't even know what any of those games were actually called. I assume one of them was probably called Tomb Raider at some point, but I don't know that. Okay, given that we are only 60 meters away, let's switch to thing. Make sure this is 0 for 50 meters. Okey-doke. It says they were called Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. Fair enough. Okay, cows. Hello. A cow. European bison, hurt bison. Oh, I shouldn't have reloaded, really. Haja! Oh, well. He went down. That's a pretty good thing to end the stream on, though. We got another mission checked off. We did quite a lot of them today, actually, didn't we? Okay, confirm a trophy. Gold, dark brown bison with a lovely placed lung shot exactly where I wanted him. Single lung, but it's okay. Wonderful. Alright, and that's where we're going to leave off for today. So I want to say thank you to everyone for watching. I know it's been a little bit of like a janky stream with finishing one game, next game not working, and then a third game. I don't think I've ever done a 3-game stream before. But that's the first time for everything. Yeah, so thanks so much as well to Boom Boom, Love Angel for being around the chat, Shaskor for stopping by earlier. It's always lovely to have you guys. I know I say that every time, but it's because it's true. I'm gonna see how many of you there are, and then possibly send us off on a little raid. Just one moment. Okay, there's only a couple of you. Let's see if there's anyone online who'll appreciate just a couple of viewers. Oh, Quietist is online. We'll send you over to Quietist. There we go. Yeah, so you guys, you know the drill. Be good beans for my friend Quietist. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. British time. I will try and get Jedi Fallen Order working in time for then, but it's entirely possible that it will not, and I will be playing something else, so no promises whatsoever. As always, you can find me on my YouTube channel, which should be linked in the description. If you are watching this already on YouTube, you can drop a like and maybe consider subscribing if you want to help me out. If you're here with me on Twitch and haven't done so yet, you can always drop a follow. That's very much appreciated. I'd love to get up to like 100 followers again. I had 100 followers, but like half of them were bots, so I got rid of them all. Not all, but all the bots. But it would be lovely to get back up to that goal. Other than that, I'm on Twitter at DearsForDemise, on Mastodon at eldritch.cafe/@DearsForDemise. Those are both places where I send out my go live notifications, so you never have to miss one of these if you don't want to. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Ta-ra! Bye, everyone! Bye-bye!